What's a mighty good word, party folks? It's your Mile High Priest. I'm at the bottom Mile High on Venus's day. It's Venus's night. Friday night, September 8th. You have to pardon me. I am a little sleepy, but I was kind of getting ready for bed. Believe it or not, I was readying myself for a nice bedtime, perhaps some dreamy astral projection, but here I am. I started receiving just maybe intuitive downloads, channel messages. So I'm kind of just flowing with that. As I mentioned, it's rather late for me, and so I may be just a little like not that I'm ever speeding through anything, right? But we're just running with it. With that, I want to also mention that I really appreciate the likes. I believe that means that the messages resonate with you, or at least you enjoy the messages that are coming to you. And I know I don't show the likes, or I hide the likes. I know I hide the likes counts, but I see them and I appreciate it. And feel free to comment or say hello, or thank you for hanging out. I am still working on all the production stuff, slowly but surely, so I really appreciate everyone hanging tight and for now enjoying the message more so than the quality. But I am keeping it in mind, so I hope that the patience pays off, right? The moon at the moment is in Cancer. Oh my gosh, yeah. Messages from your ancestors. That's where I'm okay. Messages from your ancestors. Mercury retrograde still in full effect. It will be stationing direct next week, I believe, or by the 14th, 15th, 13th. And the sun is currently at around 17, about to reach 16, 17 degrees of Virgo. Magicians, high priests, high priestesses, kings and queens. This is your highest court. I am your mercurial jester with the divinely guided messages for your spiritual growth and human evolution and your ancestral understanding, right? So I don't know if I mentioned, I kept receiving this card as I was trying to prepare the decks for the reading, or for this kind of intuitive message. And so the ninth house sometimes reminds me of that escape. Like I'm getting, there's a lot of the Saturn and Pisces energy is really kind of, this may sound paradoxical or like juxtaposed. It's like, I know these aren't the right words to use, but it is enriching the vibration of darker Piscean. And so this could mean a lot of like wallowing and like crying over spilled milk. And this is not to say that those born under the sun sign or rising sign or moon sign of Pisces are this way. I'm picking up on general Piscean vibrations. This is not an attack on a particular group or zodiacal like association. It just is the dark aspect of Saturn in Pisces tends to wallow and tends to it's like wallowing in the pain, and so it can be self-destructive. It can have that self-destructive tendency. But what this is actually doing is this escape is allowing you to see your strength, your courage through the thick, right? The through thick and thin, but this is the thickening of certain masks that you wear, and this is the thinning of other veils and the thinning of other masks. You're seeing now, truly clearly, you're seeing now what it means to know when you project, when you are projecting. Like you're seeing your projection. The moon, this is the moon. The moon is illuminating to you the illusion that you cast, the illusion that you portray, and that you cast onto others. This is a level of control. You're seeing a level of control that you were never keen to before, but this is control that stems from you, from childhood, okay? And I'm equally excited to be here. I'm always excited to share messages with y'all, even as like emotional as some of them may seem, or like sometimes I do get emotional over some of these messages, but like this message especially, it feels a little bit more like, you know, like I wouldn't want to throw you off of your game now. And so where I want to offer support is to allow you the confidence. And so like what you're doing, where you're going, what you're working through is teetering on that edge. So it is more so, this reading is more meant for me to provide to you just more support in regards to, you are very confident and you are very strong, and this process, what you're going through is a healing process. But this moment that you're in at the moment, you're in that thick, right? You're in the thick of it, but you are being shown the amount of strength that you possess, and that you're able to really, you can get through this, right? Okay. I also get that you are very well like maintained, or you've come up, and you're entering this new level of kind of, it's like you're in between that age. It's sort of like that midlife effect, or like the turn, like when you graduate. Oh my god, the moon card just flipped out. This is the tarot, which is the Greenwich tarot. Speaking of, so you worked hard for it. You are guided by spiritual guides that have helped you to create this level of abundance. But you have come to a point where this is a burden, and it's not only a burden, but, and I don't, well, what I mean, it's not only because of this reason, but a major aspect, and it could be that this is the main reason, is that a lot of the emotional sort of upsets that you've been through have kept you bound, sort of like, and you realize this, right? Like, this is not news. There are certain times when the anxiety, like it feels like someone stole from you, someone took from you, and this isn't, it could be monetary, or like someone, you know, spent your time and money, and it feels like you lost time and money, right? But it's more like you caved into the promise from your old so like this could be stemming from a old commitment. I'm now digging through the symbolic cultural. It may be that you had a major commitment and that was built on a lot of or it has a quality of friendship. It was built on friendship, but it was more so based on like fun or youth and excitement. Or this could be the group of friends that you had that sort of, it seemed stable, or you were able to build a foundation of some sort, but it did not culminate into much. Someone left that situation and it left you then coming to be overbearing in a way as far as how you control your resources and time. And so now you only show up as a gatekeeper. Likely you gatekeep yourself, right? You live in the future. You're looking for something. You're looking for you. It feels like you have to leave where you're at with nothing, and so like you've built this empire, right? And so like it feels like you have to leave that, but that's not true. I just want you to know that that's not true. Again, this is more attempting to show you how strong you are with or without the amount of money in your account. And you probably have a lot of money in your multiple accounts, but there's nothing to be afraid of. This is meant to enrich you. You are meant to put this burden down, and you are meant to come into fruitful associations as you learn more and as you place your escapist tendencies into faith, and as you walk away from escaping and escapism into having more hope and faith. Okay, I'm thinking the Alchemist, Temperance, and then I'm getting the star qualities. Okay, so I have Aquarius, I have Cancer, I have Pisces, I have a lot of Scorpio, eighth house and ninth house. So those houses could be really active at the moment. I'm also getting fire signs, so like Aries, but it's just maybe your first house and seventh house are active, right? Because of the nodal shifts. Thank you so much, Goddess Isis. Okay, yeah, you're looking more at things. Simply put, yeah, you're worried more because of what happened in the past and what didn't come through, or what seemed like it was coming through, and then it was more like a false promise that didn't come through. Okay, so you're seen more as like, yeah, you're the gatekeeper, right? Okay, where you're like gatekeeping yourself, you're not really tending to any emotionality. Remember, that leaves you stuck. So I have Virgo as well, Virgo and Pisces, as well as Venus, Libra, and Venus, Taurus and Libra. So you may have a moon in Pisces, moon in Virgo, moon in Taurus, moon in Pisces, moon in Libra. Thank you so much, Goddess Isis. Thank you so much, Archangels and Spirit Guides with the highest light. I'm getting Scorpio, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm getting Aquarius and Gemini. Jesus, Taurus. A lot of masculine energy here. This may be for. I hope that the masculines enjoy watching another masculine body tear up and cry in a reading, because I seem to have just done that. I don't know. You were really taken by a lot of your options. Okay, so maybe you have a lot of access. Obviously, someone with money is going to have a lot of access. So like maybe perhaps that is what led you to a lot of the behavior, I don't know. This is just really showing you your shadow side. It is a block that you have from your childhood. You are more, your charisma is honest, but your charisma goes to the pursuit of obtaining and attaining, and so it has led you to attaining the good, the bad, the ugly, and so maybe now you're in a moment of like extreme, the good's low, the ugly's low, and or the bad's low, and then it's just kind of really ugly, right? This is causing you, the kings will not leave. I'm sorry, let me continue to shuffle this. Angels and spirit guides of the highest light, temperance showing up. 5 of Cups, you have to walk away. Okay, that's the process. Thank you so much, Isis. Thank you so much, spirit guides of the highest light. So I just keep getting the same cards. So there's the block though, like you're trying to manifest your way out of this, but there's a block because you're not willing to really fully transform. You're seeing, you are able to see, you are able to connect, that you are projecting a lot of the masks that you have built are great. They work well. They have helped you to accumulate. They have been your tools in your process to accumulate and to attain and to create abundance. And then, but now I believe that you're trying to manifest a relationship, but you're too fixated. Okay, the star came out just like we wanted, just like we were talking about. And look at the lovers over here, the 2 of Cups. I don't know. You're like in love with a Pisces or something. But you're somehow stuck in the past. So your wish fulfillment, your hope, your faith are kind of tied to whatever traumatic experience it was that you had in the past, perhaps someone that you were involved with, whatever relationship that you were in. It was a serious relationship, but it was someone who cheated on you or like left you out in the cold. Yeah, it's the same thing of like someone got caught up in whatever the grass is greener sort of vision. Yeah, I don't know, maybe because you were very closed off, like, or maybe that caused you to become closed off. But it also escalated you into becoming like a really independent person. But you're still in that emotionally kind of drained space where you're drained because you continually stay stuck in this cycling through the past, no matter who it is that you meet, no matter if you think that you're in love with this water sign, like no matter if they prove to you that they can enrichen your faith and enrichen your qualities, like their vibration is kind of what you want, but you're tethered to the past. You're tethered to this old process. You're tethered to the result of continuing to use the pain as a means of bouncing off that, as a means of like sort of like I'm going to become really abundant because this person did this to me, and so it worked. But now you're stuck in you've created your abundance, you manifested your abundance in reality, but you're still in that being Oh, I'm so sorry, my lamps. Being so stuck in doing it as a form of response and a vengeful kind of like, they did this to me, so I'm going to show them, like the new social media and online culture of like the glow up after the divorce or the breakup. Like, why can't you just glow up without that? Well, you know, maybe people are just figuring it out that they can have a glow up without having to tend to like awful behavior. And maybe that's where you're at, where you're realizing that you're operating in a the way that you're retaliating, right? I don't know. It feels very stuck in a way. Like you have a lot of strength, you have a lot of power, you have a lot of charisma, you have a lot of like means to create more and more, but like you've hit a wall. And I really think it's like you're not really allowing the feminine aspect of you to tend to those broken aspects of your masculine. Right? Thank you so much for interest in spirits of the highest light. Is there any... The Hierophant says hello. Are there any messages that we can conclude with? Wow. Okay, well, these cards want to come out. Oh yeah, okay. I forgot to mention I've been doing a lot of energetic purifying. I did this. I did a few cord cuttings this week, and then I also did a chain cutting. Energetic chain cutting from all the chakras. So perhaps you need to do that. You need to cut the cord from this old false flame of yours, whatever the H you think they are, whether they're the love of your life or something. They taught you a lesson. Look at this. The moon. Okay, you're not seeing the illusions that you've created for yourself and the illusions that you allowed others to create for you. You're seeing where you're leading with behavior that only acknowledges the previous masks that you wore, the masks that were protective, the masks that enlightened you and took you thus far. But now you are seeing that your inner child, your true creative vision is now able to be released and encapsulated and encompassed in this reality. And so it beckons, it's calling, and it wants to come out. Your true creative energetic force is like wanting to come out now. And a lot of what you're surrounded with is not really satisfying to your creative properties as a creative visionary. You're a very creative person. Like, I don't know, you want to shed this, we have the moon and the judgment card, but it's like you're listening a little bit too much to others, or like someone is feeding you incorrect information. Like, you need to double check, even if they are your best friend or your like family member. Like, if they're telling you that especially if this is about somebody, if someone is talking to you about somebody that they don't even know, in any form or way, and because the moon is here, could be that you're getting readings done on people, but whoever you're going to for these readings is giving you false information. For whatever reason, they may have ulterior motives. These people may be close to you, want to control the outcome for whatever reason that it is. This may be a friend that you go to, that you confide in. Maybe yeah, like they're holding back some info and then feeding you certain info. But I mean, I think that you're like worried someone else is going to get in the way of your plan. I don't know whether it is that you're trying to seek new contracts, or actually kind of leave these old friendships that you have, or like you're trying to be with this new person that maybe you misjudge, or like you mischaracterize, or like you maybe were just leading with your kind of more of an egoistic approach, and now either you've been kind of left out, or you're feeling dissatisfied. You're not feeling dissatisfied, but you see dissatisfaction around you, and you're realizing that that's not your dissatisfaction. Again, because you are ultimately a very like childlike, very inspirational, very like there is a lot of good in you, but you've been operating in a very shadow, like very well, you know, like maybe I'll keep it fair, right? Like I'm not trying to be mean to anyone. I just want to say, like, if you're here and you're kind of maybe trying to figure out, like, okay, I get it. Like, there's like, you know, I always think, or I always feel sometimes that not always, sometimes that doesn't make sense, right? It's like this feeling of like, oh yeah, so if I didn't drive the point for you need to do some energetic cutting cords, or cutting these chains that you build, look it up on YouTube, or try to find something that is of good quality and maybe has subscribers, or you can read the comments. Saint Germain's Violet Light, Saint Germain, Archangel Michael, and Archangel Raphael. All those are really good archangels to work with. And Saint Germain, so that you can close up these chapters in karmic loops, okay? Just heal your karma, have a little bit of time to yourself, and drink a lot of water afterwards. Just do a little meditation. Ask your archangels to cut the cord and to heal you from any wounds that are left open. See, wow, that's what you need to do. That's what will bring in a lot of the clarity and hope and the light. And so, you know, we can only work to not so much correct our behavior, but just turn the page, right, and then lead with our newfound wisdom. And that's just you alchemizing, and that's you owning it. And you know, I believe that you know exactly why it is that you feel the way that you feel, and so now it's just up to you to kind of get out of there, get out of your own way, and don't leave yourself out in the cold just because that you think that you won't be able to be as successful as you are if you take this new leap of faith, okay? with God as your witness and God as your provider and God as your safety, okay? The Temperance card keeps coming up, Archangel Michael, okay? Sagittarius energy, which is what the card that we started with. The 9th house, faith, Sagittarian house. Yeah, I hope this message made some sort of sense. I'm thinking I'm gonna fall asleep really soon. Yeah, King of Cups keeps showing up. Scorpio, Pisces, heavily here. A lot of water element, a lot of flowing. Don't flow too far out. Remember, you are a child of God, so if it is something that you may need where you need to ask for forgiveness from others, take your time, breathe through it. Maybe the best way is to write them a letter. It's not something that you have to send, but ultimately the forgiveness is something that you apply to yourself, and it is really more about moving on, and that way you can process and as the saying goes, learn your lessons, okay? But you're well equipped, well suited, well to do, very you're still in good standing, right? Like as far as this material world goes, and so now it's just really taking time out to build a more safe environment for your inner creative flow to pour out, so that you're content to the feminine, as masculine as you may be, as powerful as you may be, as active as you may be, as creative as you may be, as very independent as you may be. It is time for you to tend to the feminine aspects of you, so that you can turn into this elevated, fiery, the fire. You want the fire, and so this is where divine wants to push you. Pack very lightly, and you are very well equipped, very I don't know, like you do have the magician's qualities, right? It's just releasing a lot of the veil that hinders you, okay? There's this darkness that you've accepted as your mask that becomes more powerful, that you want to eliminate, okay? Keep it so light, keep it real, sending you a lot of light, a lot of compassion, and I hope that you stick around, even if you are being chastised or blamed. There is a way through, and as I continue to mention, you're well equipped to make it through. You are a magician. You come from this arena. Your ancestors want to clear out the space and provide the support that you need, okay? Now it's time to embrace that power. Cheers.